Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you back to the section amid YouTube Sports TV, the home of the trending sports news that are making headlines. This time, I'll be talking about some of the World Cup histories, and this time I will be going, that is in the 1994 World Cup that happened, that was in USA, which was won. That was by Brazil. This time I'll be talking about the sad news of the death of that is former Colombian footballer, that is Andres Escobar, who was killed after scoring himself an own goal. That is in the 1994 World Cup. This was during the second game of the group stages. That was between that is USA and Colombia. As per the start of the halftime, this that is Andres Escobar scored himself after he wanted to block a cross that is from US, that is midfielder who was called Jones, and on the verge of blocking the cross, it ended up being deflected on his foot, and then later on it entered into his own net, and later on Colombia, after it did not go beyond the group stages and they were ejected out of the group stages. However, on his return to home, this Andres Escobar tried to collect some of his friends, and they went out just to a nightclub to happen themselves after being ejected out of that is the FIFA World Cup of that is 1994 that was won by Brazil. He had a group of friends. However, as the night hours were coming, some of his friends left him, and then he was left alone. That is in the parking yard of that is the bar where he was, and later on that is a group of assassins came over there in the bar. They had some arguments between him and a group of assassins, and later on he was shot that is 5 times, and on the verge of taking him to the hospital. He died after 45 minutes, but the cause of his death was because he scored an own goal during the campaign that was of the 1994 World Cup, where Colombia was ejected out of the group stages of that is at the World Cup. Some of the reasons why he was killed, we have lamentations or statements that a group of mafias, or that is drug lords, had betted that is more money on the Colombian game. However, on the verge of him scoring himself, that majority of them that is lost out their money. So on him coming back, that's why he was assassinated. I think it was his time of assassination, reason being that he even had relatives in Las Vegas, but he opted to get back to his home nation, that is Colombia. Instead of going to Las Vegas, maybe he would have stayed. But that is Andres Escobar made history that is in Colombia, in that during his death, that is a crowd of that is 120,000 people came for his burial, and up to date, during the time of his death, that was the 1st of July, that is 1994, that is 10 days after that World Cup when he was killed, is still remembered that is in the Colombian, that is in the country of Colombia. But I'll be giving you some of his background, his biography, and the clubs he played for. This Andres Escobar, the man who was killed because of scoring himself an own goal, that was born, that was on the 2nd, that is of July, that is in 1967. On the time of his death, he died at an age that is of 27 years of age. Earlier on, he had progressed through that is the careers. He had progressed through that is his youthful career, that was 1988 to 1989. He managed to play those were that is 78 games, that is for club Atletico Nacional, that is found that is in Colombia. He later on joined Europe. That was in 1989 to 1990, where he played for Younger Boys, that is in Switzerland. He managed to play that is 80 games. He did not score any goal. Later on, he got back to his home country, that is Colombia, to his youthful club, that is Atletico Nacional, where he managed to play that was between 1990 to 1994, and he managed to play that is He managed to play so many games. That was around 144 games. Still, he did not score any goal. His only goal was scored on the national team where he started out. That was way back. That was in 1988 until his time of death. That was in 1994. That was on the 1st of July. He had played, that was 51 times. That is for the Colombian national team. And he managed to score only one goal. That is the goal he only scored, that is in his football career, that is for the national team. Earlier on, that is at Nacional, Atletico Nacional, younger boys, and even the Colombian national team, he was nicknamed as the gentleman because of his calmness during the pitch time or during his style of play. Some of the people call him the calm man, reason being that he was so down to earth during the times of his playing career. That is Pablo Escobar, one of the greatest players who have ever graced the football game. However, he did not last long in that he was killed. That was after the World Cup of 1994 that was won, that is by Brazil. He was killed, that was on the 1st of July, 10 days after that is the World Cup. Today I came to give you some of his stories and some of the few features that have happened, that is in football, that caused, that is the death of, that is Colombia's football great, that is Andres Escobar, who is still remembered up to now. As you keep on the Zexona Media YouTube Sports channel, we keep giving you trending sports app news, as trending sports updates that are making headlines, those that are new in the field of football that you would like to know. Subscribe, like, and comment. I'm Izekson.